What up, everybody? CP All Access, baby. You know what it is. Been a little minute, huh? Anyway, man. First off, I'd like to just get my music set up. Slipping, man. Slipping. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, man, it's been a little hot minute. The videos and stuff have been kind of infrequent. I've had a lot of different stuff going on. Just trying to get the employment situation all squared away. As a lot of you have seen on Facebook, I started studying for my CPT exam and certification. So I got that rolling. That takes up a lot of my time, so I did get another job. I commute an hour every day, so that makes it difficult to try to squeeze in all of what, trying to get done all the work that I need to do during the day. It makes it kind of tough, man. But anyway, right now I'm just adjusting to the new schedule. Just kind of the way I like to do things is I don't like to force anything into a certain time bracket. I do use time management, but I kind of like to let things evolve naturally and kind of fall into their own place. That way I don't resent having to do things, and it decreases the chance of me procrastinating and not doing them at all. So that's just my process. But anyway, yeah, like I said, I've been having a lot going on lately, but it's all starting to even out a little bit. But right now, I was gonna go to G Standard tonight, man, but I just don't feel like driving all the way over there. So I'm gonna hit Fitness Evolution. It's Sunday, which would be typically most people's day off from training. A lot of people run that schedule Monday through Saturday, take Sunday off, as do I. But I'm choosing to use today as part of my no days off motto. Go do some weak point training, try to bring up some of my weak points, man. Instead of just sitting on my hands and thinking that things are going to change on their own. It doesn't work that way. Anyway, something that I wanted to cover, and I've covered it before, and I'll continue to cover it, just because I experience it. I know I'm not the only one, and it's something that's going to come no matter what station in life you hit. And that is, you've heard it before, you've heard it from me before, being okay with, especially the people that are close to you, not being 100% supportive of the shit that you're trying to do. Now, my experience with this is, I've shared with you guys pretty honestly about my past and, kind of stuff I've been through, put myself through, and all that. And with that, for me, I experienced a certain level of skepticism from the people that are close to me. Family, friends included, but mostly family. Skepticism when it comes to, trying to find myself in the world. Now, mind you, one thing they don't take into consideration is I've never had any guidance, when it came to, from a kid to an adult. When it became time for me to be considered a man, I was just expected to know what to do and to stop making mistakes. Shit, you're old enough now. You should be able to figure this shit out on your own. I never, ever had any guidance, parental or otherwise, when it came to proper decision making, time management, finances, moral responsibility, personal accountability, any of that stuff. I've been left to my own to figure all this shit out my entire life. So without considering that, when they look at me, and they say, oh, here we go again, he's trying something different, why can't he just stick with this? All right, so my opinion on this whole matter is, like, this is what I do with my children. from the time that they're small. As a parent, one thing you should do, if your kid wants to wear fucking lollipop boots, a Superman raincoat, a fire hat, and fucking tutu, and want to call themselves a superhero, support them in that. Don't judge them. Don't make them feel stupid. Don't tell them what they should or shouldn't be doing, or shouldn't imagine certain things. You know what I mean? Support that imagination and creativity. Let them be a kid and let them dream. So to take that even further, when your child is trying to find their place in the world, trying to find what it is that they're good at, you know, support them in that. And as a parent, you have the ability to sit back and see where they excel naturally. They're not going to be able to pick up on that. They take their cues from you. They don't know if they're good at one thing or another. That's up to you to help them understand where their skills are and help them cultivate that. Now, how do they find that out? They try different shit. And the same thing applies with all of us as we get older. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't feel like you have to make concessions and subscribe to an idea that you just have to find a job that pays and stick with that as long as you can, because that's just what people do. That's insane. That's torture. You know what I mean? So if you have a family member or a friend or someone who has struggled trying to find their niche, because like me, for instance, I used to sit back and watch people, basketball players, baseball players, kids in school, anyone, you know, and I would just be in awe of them, like, man, I hope that someday I can find that something that I'm just good at, that I'm extraordinary at. I hope that someday I can be remarkable, right? You know, so I've tried different things, and that's just a part of life. That's a part of growing, you know, and I don't feel like we ever stop doing that. You know, our dreams are still a part of us, even when we're on our deathbed. But what ends up happening to us is during the course of our life is we get bitter and we get beat down by the principles and ideas of people who came before us. You know, they take the principle of hard work, ethic, and dedication to a fault. You know, that you're just supposed to dedicate yourself and your life to a career that gives you no fulfillment, that brings you no joy. That's not living life. It isn't. That's just being a part of the machine. That's being a consumer and a provider, and, you know, working 80 hours a week. Yeah, you make good money, but you have no time for it anyway. So I sincerely believe that you shouldn't. See, now, listen, I believe that there's a couple reasons why people discredit others who have the courage to try new things. One, because they don't have the courage to do so themselves. And they believe in their heart that it's too much of a risk, it's too scary, and that there can be no success there because they're not worth it, they're not good enough. So they think that everybody should feel that way. And when you don't support those ideas and those beliefs, they want to criticize you and question your motives and question your judgment, your decision making, which I think is ridiculous. But you know, I still encounter a lot of that, and you know, I understand that it's because since I was a very young man, 15, 16 years old, and even before that, before I started getting arrested, you know, I basically did what I wanted and told authority to fuck off, told people to fuck off in general, and I wasn't going to listen to shit because I didn't feel like anybody was qualified to tell me shit because they didn't teach me anything, you know? They didn't give me any of the proper tools that I needed to navigate through life, so I wasn't hearing anything from anybody. You know, and that set me back quite a bit. I got into quite a bit of trouble, you know, because I wasn't informed. I didn't have the information that I needed to support that stance. You know, that's not an altogether bad stance if you have the information and the skills to back it up, and you don't solely do everything based on impulse like I did. But now I'm at a point in life where, you know, I'm not that person anymore, and a lot of people still want to view me as that person, no matter how much time has gone by that I've been sober and that I've been making the right decisions, and I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like I should need to prove anything to anybody on one hand, but then on the other hand I do, just because it's a human need to seek validation. No matter how much you say and feel like you know that you don't need that to be successful, it's still a part of being human, and it still feels good. But anyway, now that I've come to a point where, you know, I say fuck it, you know, I do the things that I need to do at this point, but I put very, very temporary time limits on it, and my eyes are securely focused on my dreams and goals and where I know I need to be in the direction I want to take in life. And I'm not going to be dissuaded by anyone or their opinion, and neither should you. You should take into account that part of what they say is correct. You are an adult now. It is your life now. So you don't have to listen to what they say anymore. You know, especially when it comes to, you know, why are you going to walk away from this? It provides. Why are you going to walk away from that? Do you know that what I want to do isn't going to provide? Maybe even better? And as someone who says that they love and support another, why wouldn't you like 100% do that? Why wouldn't you wholeheartedly be behind me and be like, you know what? This is something that makes you happy. I'm with you. I respect you for being brave enough to do this. And, you know, venture out on a new road, you know, and I applaud your efforts and success, you know, on this new journey. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Why would you want to be negative and derogatory? Ask yourself that question. Why would you want to sit in judgment of somebody else trying to do better and doing positive shit, like really positive shit that's going to impact other people's lives, who like genuinely wants to help other people and enrich the lives of other people? Why would you want to sit in judgment of that? You really got to ask yourself that question. Why would you look at another person finding joy in life and automatically have negative thoughts in your head about that person and their choices and what they're choosing to do with their life? Why is that? What about you makes you so insecure and so pessimistic when it comes to other people trying to find joy? You really need to dig deep and be honest with yourself and figure out why it is you can't just support the people that you say you care about, and you know, keep that negative shit to yourself, because it says more about you than it does them. You got to realize that. Anyway, I'm gonna shut my mouth. I'm gonna go in here and get some of this weak point training done, baby. Love you guys. CP all after, baby. Peace.